The best of money matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, businesses are often faced with challenges that traditional tools and approaches struggle to address. From the need to understand customer behavior in real time to optimizing operational efficiency across sectors, organizations are seeking innovative solutions to stay competitive. And despite advancements in technology, in many industries, they continue to grapple with fragmented data, inefficiencies, and missed opportunities to deliver exceptional experiences and results. Now, this is where Trakomatic steps in. A pioneer in AI-driven video and sensor analytics, Trakomatic transforms how businesses and organizations operate by turning data into actionable insights. With solutions tailored for diverse industries, Trakomatic enables its clients to optimize processes, enhance customer engagement, and make data-driven decisions that lead to measurable outcomes. And to explore how Trakomatic is bridging these gaps and driving transformation across industries, joining me today is Ravich, who is the co-founder and CTO of Trakomatic. Hi, Ravich. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Hongbin. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Ravich, now Trakomatic has come a long way since founding in 2013 at the National University of Singapore. Now, Trakomatic was created to address, specific challenges across industries such as retail, education, and tourism, leveraging AI and IoT solutions. Now, what gap in the market did you witness or identify when founding Trakomatic? Could you share examples of how traditional approaches kind of fell short in addressing those issues?
Certainly. I think that the time that we started, we were actually looking at something called conversion ratios, which you understand is like the number of visitors to the number of people who are actually buying in stores. So the number of visitors, for example, is the full potential the store can reach. And providing this information in an automated, speedy manner, in a more real-time manner, could lead to transformation in the business. And the thing is that, we thought that as the business landscape for retail, that is pretty much brick and mortar, is getting more competitive with the upcoming e-commerce, that this will be a very vital metric for them to work with. So this was, the initial hypothesis in a way when we started Trakomatic.
I see. But your solutions target human behavior tracking in physical spaces. Why do you think these insights were overlooked in the past, and why are they so critical for businesses today?
Well, the thing is that, it probably wouldn't have been overlooked in the past if there was a fast and automated way, a comprehensive way to actually get it. So if you were to look back even 100 years, a retailer would be, so glad to have this information. So I would say that it was actually the technology capability, with the advent of artificial intelligence and all these, machine learning capabilities, that it became more possible, so it becomes more competitive to have this data.
I see. So, Ravich, to tackle the gaps you discussed, you decided to build Trakomatic, a company driven by AI and advanced video analytics. Now, could you walk us through how Trakomatic's technology actually works, and what exactly do you mean by being a sensor-agnostic platform with plug-and-play capabilities?
Certainly. So we work with CCTV cameras. I'm pretty sure that people in Singapore are very familiar with CCTV. They're practically everywhere. So what we do is that we plug in our servers to the CCTV camera streams, and they actually analyze people's behavior, who's coming in, what they're doing, where they're going, for example. And all of this is actually aggregated and sent to a business intelligence dashboard that retailers or shopping mall operators can actually access.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, your platform transforms raw video and sensor data into actionable insights. Could you break down the process from data capture to dashboard delivery?
Well, I'll try to give a very simplified version of that. So the way that it works is that, we are capturing video streams live from the cameras, and we don't necessarily store the video streams like you would see like recording devices do. So what we do is our algorithms would actually, for example, count the number of people walking in, the simplest thing that we can do, or they could actually detect a blacklisted person. So using facial recognition technology. And what happens is the alert notification alone or the data point alone is transmitted securely to the cloud, and the business users actually access our cloud portal to access this aggregate information.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, you highlighted that facial recognition is one of your core technologies, which may be concerning for some, given privacy concerns. So what steps do you take to kind of tackle this while ensuring the effectiveness of your solution?
Certainly. I think that privacy is very important, I would say, especially when it comes to pretty much ubiquitous facial recognition usage. So I would say that what we're doing is that we perform the facial recognition on the the edge itself. So we're not storing any images. So we are converting the thumbnail of the person's face, into a feature vector, which is pretty much a representation in hyperspace, for example. So this can't be reverse engineered into the photograph. And we perform all the analysis without storing images on the edge itself. So this way we are actually preserving the privacy.
I see. Well, another key feature you have is your ability to provide real-time notifications, as you mentioned earlier, such as VIP revisits and, of course, weather impact insights. Now, I want to know about this weather impact insights. How does this feature work and how does it help business operations?
Well, I think the first thing about VIPs is that it's probably useful in high-end scenarios. So you're looking at, interfacing with a client CRM system who's probably running a high-end showroom of some sort where the staff need to be notified, for example, about the client's preferences or something deep about the client because the sale value is actually very high. When it comes to the other point that you made, which is actually the weather data, if it's raining, are people coming in? I mean, that would be the simplest thing. But I would say that, in several outdoor locations, for example, it actually becomes very useful to track this because when it comes to planning and crowd control, I would say that this data comes in a very effective way when it comes to predictive analytics, especially, for example, when it starts to rain, for example, how do people exit a location? How fast are they exiting? Who do you need to stand by? So all of this actually comes together on our platform.
I see. Well, I would assume that with features like this, it would come at a very costly price, but you focus on cost effectiveness as well and minimal sensors. How do you ensure that clients get maximum value while minimizing, hardware requirements?
I would say that, this is a very tough question, but the thing is the more our clients actually deploy the technology, the better the technology becomes. So the more clients are deployed, the better it comes. So it is in our benefit to actually keep the costs low, even though our research and development costs are actually pretty high. And we, are profitable at scale, I would say.
I see. Well, it seems like Trakomatic has tailored solutions to meet the specific challenges of industries such as malls, retail, convenience stores, tourism, and government. Why did you decide to focus on these particular industries, and what makes them ideal for the application of your technologies?
So this is a very interesting question. When we started our business, we weren't certainly thinking of, targeting so many verticals. But along the way, through client references and developing the use cases hand in hand with these various clients, we actually started to become more specialized in each of these verticals. Now, I can give you an example. For example, in healthcare, in public healthcare facilities, it can be used to track how long patients are waiting. And it is being used for that, for example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So how have, these solutions or these data that is provided by Trakomatic to these industries kind of helped with your clients? Has there been, notable feedback that still resonates with you today?
Certainly. Yes, a lot of interesting developments with the clients. I think that the way they think about data, for example, changes. This data has now become the default across several agencies, for example. So I would say that people are expecting this to be the norm, you see, versus when we started out, it was like, oh, listen, this is like extra and special and this is going to cost me more. So I would say that is probably the best feedback we got, which is the market feedback where, we are saying tenders come out where it is pretty much matter of fact that this is the data that they need.
I see. Well, you're already across different sectors and industries, but is there an industry that you're planning to venture into the new future, and how are you planning to address their needs through your solutions?
Well, we're actually looking at generative AI now. So this is very different from the computer video analytics related AI that we are actually specialized in. So now what we're actually noticing is that the clients have a lot of data on hand, you see. So we are generating a lot of data, and they have data from a lot of different sources. And in order to actually generate very specific insights on this data requires very highly skilled data team. So what we're looking at is how do we simplify it into conversational data analytics. And we are actually able to do that now. And we are testing this with our various enterprise clients to help them make better sense of the data.
Wow, amazing. But it looks like you've also collaborated with global players like Microsoft and NVIDIA. How do these partnerships help you stay at the forefront of innovation, and what new collaborations can we expect in the future?
Certainly. So I'd say that, our collaborations with NVIDIA and Microsoft go back a very long time ago. So I'd say that, getting access to the latest and greatest stuff from, the top players, it actually certainly helps us a lot. So I would say, NVIDIA is the most valuable company on the S&P 500 at the moment. Yes, they're doing great. They don't need our help, but we certainly need their help.
I see. And before we let you go here, Ravich, what else can we look forward to from Trakomatic in the coming months? Any exciting projects or innovations in the pipeline? Any expansion plans? What's next?
So yes, I think that our biggest venture forward is going to be our data AI feature, which is the conversational data AI, which works with state-of-the-art large language models, which is supposed to deliver simplified and yet deep insights, that will take probably a week or so, or weeks for a human team to gather in a matter of minutes. Now, this is a lofty challenge that we have set ourselves, but if we can even achieve a fraction of that, I would say that we would have disrupted a field.
Wow, amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Ravich, co-founder and CTO of Trakomatic. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.